Hi, this is Balaji, Assistant Professor, SNS College of Technology. Okay, so and today we are going to discuss about material behaviors. The material behaviors it can be occurred when the material having any some kind of load. Okay, any tensile load, any compressive load, any shear load. Okay, those kind of load will act on the material. Okay, so the material will give some output or some behavior output for all kind of forces. Okay, so those kind of forces we can measure some kind of measuring equipments. Okay, example, for harness we can measure using some Brindle Rockwell Mayer harness process. Okay, so for impact we can use the some impact testing machines. Okay, so for tensile and compressive test we can use the universal testing machines. Okay, so and also for checking the crack and then for checking the breakages in the interior of the material we can use the some non-destructive testing methods. Okay, so initially we can go see one by one. Okay, initially we can see about what is mean by harness, what are the use of harness. Okay, so okay, why it's a metal to be tested. Actually it's to ensure the quality of the material, to whether it's where is any kind of crack is available, and then any kind of material proper equilibrium conditions are reduced by applying load, and then test properties, and then prevention of failures in the use. Those kind of parameters we can check it using by material testing process. Okay, material testing process. But here two kind of tests is available. Already I'm saying about that NDE and then mechanical test. Mechanical test, which will be used for testing the material behaviors by contact to the tool and the material. But in NDE methods, it will be non-contact method. It is a non-contact method by checking the entire behavior of the material. Okay, so initially we can go by one. So first one is the harness test. So in the harness test, we will be checking the penetration of the material. First time I'm taking the one any kind of material like cast iron and then stainless steel and the normal steel you can take. Okay, so this those kind of material having high hardness. Okay, so I'm going to give a one compressive load on the top of the material by the some indenter. In the indenter may be made upon using of diamond and then other kind of materials. Okay, so I'm giving the load to the top of the material, top of the my source material. It will be form some partially spherical condition of dimensions in the top of the material. Okay, so I can measure easily the diameter of the material. So I can measure the penetration of the material. So by checking the dia of the material, I can measure the hardness of the material. Okay, in the internal hardness tests are used to mechanical engineering to determine the hardness material and the deformation. So several tests are several exist in the within the testing process. Example, we can go see like Brittle, Rockwell, and then other kind of process available. Okay, so Brittle, which is used for high load condition, Rockwell is used for low load conditions. Okay, Brittle we can if we go on the Brittle harness, we can test like stainless steels and then mild steels. Okay, stainless steel which is having a low corrosion resistance, high corrosion resistance material. So like mild steel which is having a low carbon steel, and also we can call also mild steel. Okay, so compared to stainless steel and mild steel, it will be harness will be high compare. Usually mild steel will be have high harness. Okay, so next we can go about the see the Bernal harness. Okay, so use of Bernal shaped indenter will be having some round spherical indenter which is having 10 mm diameter and 5 mm diameter or 1 mm diameter. Okay, so using diameter the indenter output dia will be changed. Okay, so so by that we'll be using the materials differently we can add. Okay, so respective diameter will be using the respective materials. Okay, so it's about hard materials we can testing using the Brenner harness methods. Like likely we can test mild steels and cast irons. We can test usually the Brenner harness method. So and then Rockwell harness. In the Rockwell harness, the harness test based on the indentation harness material. The Rockwell test measuring the depth of the penetration of indenter used under large load condition compared to other pressurization methods. Okay, so it may be but in Brenner harness, the penetration form like the spherical form. But in Rockwell harness, the penetration will form the pyramid form. Okay, though the depth of the pyramid will exhibit the or will proportional to the harness. And then in Brenner harness, the dia of the spherical will be directly proportional to harness of the material. So these are the some harness methods. The remaining harness method we can see in our next video. Thank you.